Isolation in K-pop isn't always loud. It doesn't look like someone locking a door. It looks like structure, routine, rules, and slowly, without realizing it, your world becomes smaller and smaller, until the only thing left is the company. The first layer of isolation is physical. Most trainees don't live at home. They move into company dorms, shared spaces where privacy almost disappears. Rooms are crowded. Sometimes multiple trainees share one small space. Sometimes even sleeping arrangements depend on rank. Popost, and leaving isn't simple. You can't just go outside whenever you want. Permission is often required, even for basic things like meeting family. Unplanned visits, not allowed, so slowly, your outside life fades. Then comes social isolation. You live with people, but you're not free with people. Trainees are often restricted from socializing outside their group, either because of strict rules or lack of time. Koreaboo, no normal friendships, no dating, no casual hanging out. Even inside the dorm, you're surrounded by competitors. The person next to you could take your spot, so relationships become complicated, close, but cautious, supportive, but temporary, because at any moment, someone can disappear. The third layer is psychological isolation. This is where it gets deeper. Some trainees describe losing their identity, being called by numbers instead of names. Popost, being shaped into an image. Told how to speak, how to act, how to react. Over time, something changes. You stop asking, "Who am I?" and start asking, "What do they want me to be?" That shift is powerful, because once your identity depends on approval, you stop trusting your own thoughts. Then there's surveillance, not always obvious, but always present. Practice rooms monitored, schedules tracked, managers checking in constantly, even late at night. Phones can be inspected, communication can be limited. There are very few spaces where you're completely alone, so trainees adapt. They become careful, measured, always aware they might be watched. And when that happens long enough, you don't need cameras anymore, you start monitoring yourself. Another form of isolation is time. Because time controls everything, training schedules stretch from morning to late night, often leaving almost no personal time. Popost, school, practice, evaluations, repeat. Weekends don't always feel like weekends, holidays don't always feel like holidays, and when your entire day is controlled, you lose connection to normal life, you miss events, you miss people, and eventually you stop being part of outside world. Isolation also comes from pressure, constant comparison, constant evaluation, constant risk of being cut. Trainees face fear of elimination, strict appearance standards, uncertainty about the future. Seoul, Korea, Asia. And here's the key: when you're under that much pressure, you don't have space to think about anything else. Your entire focus becomes survival. So how does the K-pop industry isolate trainees? Not with walls, but with systems. Control your space, control your time, control your relationships, control your identity, and eventually, there's nothing left outside the system. After watching this, you probably have questions. After seeing how trainees get isolated, most people ask the same thing: why would anyone stay? If it's this intense, this controlled, this demanding, why not just leave? Because leaving isn't as simple as it sounds. For many trainees, this isn't just a hobby, it's years of effort, years of sacrifice. Some moved cities, some left school, some gave up normal teenage life. Walking away doesn't just mean quitting. It means accepting that all of that might lead to nothing. Another question people ask: do trainees know what they're getting into? The answer is partially. They know it will be hard, they expect long hours, strict rules, competition, but knowing something is difficult is very different from living it every day. You can't fully understand the pressure until you're inside it. Then there's this question: are they forced to stay? Not exactly. Most trainees can leave. But here's what makes it complicated: when your entire life becomes training, leaving feels like losing your identity, your routine, your goals, your future, all tied to one path. So even if the door is open, it doesn't always feel like an option. What about friends and family? This is where it gets quiet. Contact isn't always cut off, but it's limited. Schedules get busy, rules get stricter, time disappears, and slowly, conversations become shorter, less frequent. Not because they don't care, but because they're too exhausted to maintain those connections. Do trainees ever get used to it? Yes, and that's the part that surprises people. Humans adapt, even to pressure, even to isolation. What feels overwhelming at first can become normal over time, and once something feels normal, you stop questioning it. And maybe the biggest question, would you survive it? That's harder to answer, because survival here isn't just about talent, it's about endurance, discipline, adaptation, mental strength, and the ability to keep going, even when nothing is certain. So after everything you've seen, the isolation, the pressure, the structure, the real question isn't just how it works, it's whether the dream is strong enough to carry the cost, because now that you understand it, you see it differently.